Good evening, and welcome back to the world of Jord. I know we've been away for a little bit, but hey, life happens. Plus, we always come back, kind of like a boomerang or a relation you really wish would stop coming around to the house. But you let us in. We're already here. So, nonetheless, I am your GM, Ryan, and with me is my cavalcade of amazing characters and players. We are sadly missing one Aaron tonight, but don't worry, Nori will still boop a snoot or at least be violent to something.
Yeah.
Next, of course, is our production and our heart and our fart, the wonderful Rick, who plays the enigmatic and possibly dangerous Entropy. Next up is our head of social media and as well as plugs, uh, Malachi, who plays the
Oh,
quintessential Quinn. That's right, you've just been promoted.
Oh gosh.
to plug master apparently.
Yeah. Next up, of course, is really the cinnamon to our latte, the warmth to our cup of coffee, the violent, murderous, minuscule Milton, played by wonderful Mary. We're always glad to have you here. And then finally is our new video editor slash co-production assistant slash, and is always proud for your due diligence, Piku, who plays Ali Kirara.
Yes.
That's right. I'm getting all kinds of titles and what have you tonight, so brace yourselves. Things are evolving here at Wit and Witchery. Speaking,
And co-editor Merpow.
Merpow. We have to give the credit. It's a union thing. SAG will really get on us otherwise. So
PETA
Anyway.
too, probably. Even though he's
probably
not alive, but they'd still be mad.
because how dare we use a fake animal? It propagates a stereotype.
It does.
Of sorts, I guess. PETA's weird. PETA's weird. Anyway, moving on. When we last left our band of intrepid adventurers, they finally reached the city of Tren, the great city of Tren, a metropolis on an enchanted lagoon that is currently dealing with some magical weather as of right now. Upon reaching the shores of this place, well, we had our druid Nori tap into possibly the dragon that lies beneath the city and has requested to be found by her. Entropy, of course, led the group to their familiar stopping grounds at the Golden Cord, still have their apartment, and are, of course, still being looked at for missing money, for lack of a better term. But they also found out a lot of things have been happening in Trend. The doppelganger, supposedly, of Quinn has become rather popular in the papers, especially with the Syndicate, a rival organization that Entropy has dealt with more than once, as well as the St. Clouds. We also came across our first experience of the Vedka in direct combat. Now, thankfully, our wonderful adventurers stayed out of that, little snafu in the middle of the street where a priest of Shek, or the Shik Brotherhood, leading two legionnaires, basically decimated a group of thugs in violent and brutal display, which unfortunately also activated Milton's poor memory recall of her past. Thankfully, though, they were able to make their way past the, blood-torn scene and arrived at the entrance of the Green Dragon. Here, hopefully to reunite with a long-lost friend, maybe get some more answers and some more information, because there is a big gala at the St. Cloud Estate that you need invitations for, as well as eventually maybe getting over to the Bothraki embassy, because Ali needs to check in, as it were. But as of right now, the weather has cleared. You're standing in front of a old stomping ground for you, Quinn. The Green Dragon. Many times you and Denzel, as well as other students, have come here to enjoy some time away from school. It's a semi-popular location, considering where it's physically located within Tren. Um, this is not really a place where a lot of wizards tend to go to. I mean, Denzel likes it because it just reminds him of home. And you, as well as the small gaggle of students that would come, always had like conversations, talking about magic theory, things like that, or just doing what graduate students had a tendency of doing, of getting a feel on what you're going to do after school. Of course, with Denzel and you, it's a deeper story, but we can get into that in just a moment. So we return now to this moment. What do you folks do?
Waiting for someone else to hop in on this because it's been so long. My brain's like, I don't remember what we were doing. I'm like, I know what we were doing, but like, I don't remember what we were talking about.
Well,
Not me reading my novel of notes.
Milton's still frozen, I believe.
It's been a while. You may roll wisdom save with advantage now to see if you're
Okay.
no longer latched onto Nori, who was basically carrying you through the whole city.
Oh, I thought it
oh,
was
yeah.
entropy.
Oh no, that's right. Entropy was. That's right. I thought it was Nori. No, it was entropy that you were latched onto. Pincushion.
Why can I not? Why can I not roll here?
Yeah, mine doesn't want me to.
Oh, it's because I'm not in. I'm not logged in. That's why I can't roll. Okay,
All right.
that
Now,
might be.
Rick, are you not
yeah.
able to do anything, or? And by the way, Hamish has arrived.
Hamish.
I
Inspiration.
need to start using those.
Yeah, right.
Well, you guys haven't really been confronted by a lot of things that have been particularly demanding of those. So, you know. Isn't that right, my dear Eldritch Lord? Yes, yes.
It's not. So Beyond 20 isn't.
Mine is here
It's not-
too.
Here's
No,
what
it's
we're going
not.
to do. I'm just going to delete your character tokens, and you try bringing them in again.
No. The Beyond 20 is not Beyond 20. My D&D Beyond's not working at all. Period.
That's odd. All right.
Yeah,
now
I had
have to
to-
take a look and see what the heck's going on here.
Yeah, I'm closing the whole
Yeah.
window and trying again.
I had an issue
Me
where it
too.
wasn't letting me open Quinn's character sheet, so I had to make a copy of it, and that one worked, or it seems to be working.
They let me open
So-
Entropy's sheet, but
My sheet opens. It's just whenever I click on something to roll, it just
Right.
brings up what it is.
same here. Like, it's just giving me the
I've-
description.
I've
Um,
had that before with a different one.
Maybe it is the virtual tabletop.
Maybe.
I mean, mind you, I trust you guys for when you make your rolls.
Well, the thing is it's not even.
It's not even doing
I'm
that.
Yeah, like
not
you
even
have
doing that.
to-
No.
It'll roll like
how do I do
regular
this?
dice.
Advanced roller.
See, okay,
Hmm.
and that's coming through. So it's not Beyond 20. It's D&D Beyond. Because like I just did a random
Yeah.
dice roll, which I mean we could do and just tell you our modifiers.
Yeah.
That's fine with
let's,
me.
do another advanced
Oh,
roll.
I didn't even
Let's see.
test that. Oh, wow, you're right. Oh, wait.
Ooh, technical issues.
So some of them work?
Yeah, so spell damage is working or spells.
Like, I just
No.
tried Unarmed Strike and it wouldn't work, but Eldritch Blast worked.
Same.
That was a really good roll away.
Wizards of the Coast, you're fucking with my story. I'm not happy
Yeah,
with you.
so I mean it's fine. It's just a little like disconcerting.
So,
All right, let me stop.
it's okay. Mary, was
Mhm.
that +1 is your modifier? Is that correct?
Yep, that's
Okay.
correct.
It's already adding in. Sweet. So with the 16, you break out of your fear-induced paralyzation. Of course, seeing a living, walking legionnaire, and first time in a very long time, it well drudged up a lot of dark memories, and again feeling like you're in that dark village once more. But you're safe now. You're amongst friends. You may want to pull your token into roll 20 because again, I thought
Anywhere?
right here.
Mine's dropped in, and I just see black. By the way.
Okay. There you are. All right.
Not to be difficult.
No, it's okay. I'm just going to do some. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for this delay in the story, but we need to fix a couple of things here, and sometimes I suck. So there you go.
Well, it's not your
And-
fault. It's like it's technical stuff being a bitch.
Okay, let me see here.
Oh, look at our beautiful formation.
Look at that. Oh, we're fancy.
All right. I have just permanently fixed your vision issue when it comes to dynamic lighting. So
Okie dokie.
you don't have dark vision, do you?
Me?
Yeah,
No.
entropy.
Wait, I think I do, but not as a racial feature. 'Cause
Oh, you have devil sight.
No, I think it's something like that because it's from the warlock class.
Yeah.
But yeah, satyrs don't have it, which always throws me off because it makes no sense that they don't have dark vision to me.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, here you are again back. Milton, you are no longer paralyzed with fear. Maybe a little slightly shaken, but you're feeling more yourself.
And entropy is still
Mhm.
holding you respectfully. His hands are in respectful places, but he's
So the way we got here, this was just where we ended up when we got away from the other group. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So we don't actually know where we are per se.
Well,
Quinn does.
yeah, you do. This is the Green Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Green dragons was in my note.
Well, everyone, we have arrived at the Green Dragon.
The smells from the Green Dragon waft through the semi-open windows. Memories start flooding into your mind, Malachi, of the nights in conversation, the drinking, as it were, by the various students, and the hushed tones, but always that warm smile of your close friend and tutor, Denzel the Strange. And, of course, the multitude of sandwiches. The man was obsessed with sandwiches.
Teacher,
Yes.
who's Malachi?
When? All right, let's not start.
Mans is already flustered. He's gonna hate us after 5 more minutes of this.
I rose my hand.
Yeah.
See, she's polite. Is this at one of the bars that Entropy frequents, or is this like too nice for him?
Well, it's definitely not a place where Entropy would normally go to because it's not necessarily that it's nice. It's boring. Pretty freakishly boring. I mean, college kids come here, but like the bookish variety, not the ones that are looking for a good time, more like they're looking for a place to study. It's more of a coffee shop than a tavern or an inn that Entropy would frequent.
Okay.
I go look in the window.
Well, you look in the window and you see this rather debonair gentleman working as a chef. He's basically cutting up bread and cheese, making dishes and things like that. He's too focused on what he's doing to look up and see you. But you see a kitchen that has been thoroughly used and currently actively, providing food.
Are we here for a snack, Quinn?
We surely can, but we are here to meet my mentor, Denzel. I believe I've probably mentioned him before.
Right, yes. Well, then I suppose we should go meet him.
Yes, he sent me correspondence quite a while ago, but simply said that he would be here to meet me once I arrived in town. So off
He
we
also
go.
gave you a key.
Yes. All right. I assume this is the front entrance.
There's the front door. Do you enter?
Yay.
Can I get down before we go in, please?
Oh, pin cushion. Yeah, you went down?
Yes, please.
Okay, and he's gonna put her down, kind of like dust her off, pat her on the top of the head.
I'm just imagining
Thank you.
instead of being like uppies, she's like limped over, reaching for the ground, like down, please.
Well, and he's 7 feet tall to her 3.
Yeah.
Down,
It's a bit of a
please.
distance.
So yeah, so with his like creepily long fingers, he's just like,
All right. So you enter.
Mhm.
Come in.
Hey. Wait
That's
a
the
minute.
wrong one.
You.
There it is. Upon opening the door, warmth, comfort, cozy just emanates and bathes you all in a sense of a warm blanket. The place is filled with the usual accoutrement of individuals, travelers, students, some reading, others enjoying various brews and sandwiches and lunch meat. It is during the lunch hour. A gentleman behind the bar, this one, looks over and goes, "Be with you in a moment. Find yourself a seat." And behind him, on like a special little roost, is a small, green, plump drake. A small, gentle creature that seems no larger than 2 pairs of hands, snuggled in blankets and velvet, but radiating a glow that fills the entire room. There are other light sources, mind, but that seems to be the predominant one. An emerald light, if you will.
I want to approach the.
bitch.
I would like to approach the bitch.
Excuse me?
I said I would like to approach the bench.
Oh, of course.
And have I ever seen someone like him before?
Well, I mean, he is basically another form of elf. He is a wood elf. Primarily from the angle of the ears. High elves, it's very straight up. Your people, of course, are more out and wide. Theirs are more directly across and have more earthy tones in their skin color.
Just so we're all on the same page, this person is red.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to. We're,
If
Like
that's an earthy
clay.
tone, though, yes?
I mean, red is not an earth tone. Red is a jewel tone, for one thing, but that's fine.
Son of a-
I'm sorry, okay?
We're gonna
I
keep
have an
doing
art
this.
background. Leave me alone.
He's the color of clay. Let's just.
Thank you.
There you go.
I struggle with color.
That's
No.
why. That's why I brought it up, because it could have been like that time that you kept telling us that Feth was red, but all the pictures of Feth was brown. I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page, okay?
Thank
I'm not trying to be mean for once. So I understand the confusion.
Right. So he has the skin the color of clay. He is a wood elf, or at least from just outward appearances. He walks over and goes, "Good day, ma'am. What can I offer you?"
I am intrigued. Are you familiar with that patron over there? And she's pointing not so subtly towards the dock.
Ma'am, why are you pointing at Sir Billsworth?
Sir Billsworth, does he travel?
Oh, he comes in on the wing every once in a great while. He has that special spot right there.
He has a special spot. Is he an accountant?
well, I don't really ask him to do my accounting, but I believe he is good with numbers. I mean, especially with the bill. But you know,
All right.
With the
And
bill.
your yeah. And your glowing friend. I don't think I've seen a tame drake before.
then you have not met our patron, as it were, the Green Dragon. We call him Emerald. Found him when I was an adventurer, long time past, and, well, we kind of adopted each other. He doesn't go around and do much. He usually sleeps most of the day, but at the same time, his presence is calming. So, here we are.
That's lovely. Have you seen any old wizards?
Are you new to Tren?
I am.
They're a
I'm
bit
here-
thick on the ground here, Matt.
She's gonna look back at Quinn. Thick on the ground? That's not a euphemism, or not a euphemism. That's not an idiom I'm familiar with.
Oh no, wizards are quite known for being thick.
Especially in the middle section after one of my dinners.
Oh.
That's not where my mind went.
Three C's, if you will.
That's
hello.
just a misspelling.
Hello, sir. We're looking for Dimsel.
Dinzel. Dinzel. Don't know of any Dinzel. Dinzel.
He's a bit of an eccentric type.
Do
Eccentric.
you have rooms?
So a wizard or just someone who's crazy?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. He probably would have ordered a lot of sandwiches.
Well, I mean, we are known for our sandwiches, sir.
He probably would have had a room to himself.
Room to himself. I don't sell rooms for many guests, only those that, you know, have, let's just say, a good standing with the patron behind me. But, you know, we haven't had anyone here in quite a while. I mean, no. I think you may be looking in the wrong key of the situation. Can I offer you anything to eat?
A sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well. We have several specials today. We have the Good Neighbor Sandwich, the Classic Club, the I Am Not Here But Don't Look For Me Ever, and of course, one of my personal favorites, the Rye.
I'll have a rye.
Very
And
well.
I'll have not the last one, but the one before that one.
What one? Young man, I think what you need to do is probably go sit down. I will bring a sandwich. I will make it special. And so we have one rye, one special, and the rest of you, like your tall friend over there and the short one.
Can you do a Reuben?
Why, we have the best Reubens in town. Do you prefer pastrami or do you prefer, God, out of game, my mind went, there's pastrami and then there's the corned beef.
I don't care. I just want a lot of sauerkraut.
We will have you covered, not a problem at all.
Promise? I'll pay extra.
We do not skimp on the sauerkraut here.
Good man.
Nori is just basically going to walk over, sit down right here and go, food please. Big plate of your
I
biggest.
feel like she's gonna pull a Ron Swanson and give me all of the bacon and eggs that you have.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, that's right.
give me it all.
Gonna put right there.
With my detective light over here.
All right, so your orders are put in. Does Entropy order anything?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, NP already did. Does Milton want anything?
A rye as well.
2 ryes, a Reuben, and a special. Coming up. He gets to work. A small little impish creature, someone known as a homunculi, comes fluttering out of the kitchen, grabs the order, flutters back.
Hmm.
As they continue to work, you are now surrounded by, again, a multitude of people. And let me see here. Am I going to be that guy? Am I going to be
Yes.
that GM?
Kind of always that guy.
Not always.
Mm,
Yeah, the gods are indifferent.
Yes, and.
So,
No but.
no bot. The sandwiches come quickly. The 2 ryes are basically like a Reuben, but with beef instead of pastrami. And of course, when they said sauerkraut, yours is stacked. Classic sauerkraut.
that's exactly how I want it IRL, so that's perfect.
Oh no, I'm the same way. The 2 ryes again are very nice, neat, and clean. The sandwich for you, Quinn, is a little bit different though. A little bit strange. It looks like just 2 pieces of bread smashed on top of each other. Like nothing in it. It's just 2 pieces of bread.
He looks inside to see if there's anything like.
Looking inside, looks like a perfect place to put a key, like it's been cut out.
Right? Really going out on a limb here?
Roll me perception with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Just a moment. You suddenly notice, over in this direction, what seemed to be a blank wall, mere stone, a door has appeared. No one else seems to notice the door, but you do.
Everyone, not to alarm you, but it appears that my sandwich key has opened a door, and you can come with me if you like, or if you can finish your meals here. I don't want to intrude. Or if you want, maybe you could bring it with you if you want. That's also an option, but I'm just gonna go check out that door.
Yeah, why not?
I get up and very daintily hold my sandwich.
By the way, Allie, I'm doing this because you made it a point. As you're walking, the duck is watching you.
I rip off a piece of bread and I hold it out to the duck as I walk past.
The duck waddles over, goes, then goes back. No one else notices the duck.
Sort of just keep an eye on the duck as I go.
Milton, are you?
Milton's coming.
Okay. I'm going to keep Nori where they are because they have basically a massive plate of food. So, just a moment here. Quinn, as you come to the door, are you still holding the sandwich, by the way?
Yeah.
As you come to the door, the sandwich melts away back to the key, as if it was made of confectionery paper. The door knob and lock glow a faint green. The key, which has the symbol of the green dragon, also glows.
All right.
You unlock the door. You may now enter. Looks like an empty room. Anybody else going in?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have to wait for you all to enter the room.
Allie's gonna go look at the tea set or food stuff on the table, the little bench there.
Entropy is just like double fisting his sandwich.
Did
Upon
Nori get
entering-
left? Did Nori get left at the table?
Yeah.
Nori is eating a massive plate of food.
Got it.
Don't worry
Got it.
about Nori. As the last of you enters, the door slams shut and the room becomes dark. Silence. Even when you try to scream or talk, no sound. But then, a light. Another light. The room fills with light, which was before just simply a bare basic room, is filled to the brim with magical accoutrements, vials, books, a large bed, of course covered in scrolls and anything else, because who uses a bed to sleep in, I ask. A desk lined with papers. The smell of incense fills your nose. For those of you that want something a little bit more visual, think of Howl's room from Howl's Moving Castle, just filled to the brim with magical wares all over the place.
All the tchotchkes.
Important question.
You'll have that in just a moment, only because as you're all there, you suddenly hear from somewhere, "Who dares enter the realm of Dinzel? Make yourself known or be turned into scrap metal."
It's just me.
Just me? That's it?
It's Quinn, you old fool.
Then you hear, "Quinn? Quinn?" And for just a moment, "Don't worry, it's all part of the show."
You have a hat? Are we getting a hat?
I think you might be right. I think we might be getting a hat.
Are the tchotchkes ducks?
Yeah, is it all just like a bunch of duck statuettes? Like precious moments, but make it duck.
Nothing
What does
but
that
duck.
mean when we have something like that?
So, as you say, "It's Quinn, you old fool," from behind a bookcase appears an old friend. Emphasis on the word old, but nonetheless, this gentleman appears.
Oh,
"Quinn? Do my eyes deceive me? Have I finally lost the bottle? Quinn, is that you?"
It is. It's good to see you, old friend.
"Quinn! My dear Quinn! I have missed you so much, Quinn!" As you see Denzel come out from behind the bookcase, he'll come up and be like, wait a moment. There's only one way to be sure. Quinn, what is the fundamental rule of magic?"
Understanding is greater than. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second.
No
Where's
worries.
my
I'm gonna
shirt?
Google it.
It's okay.
Where's my shirt? I need to get my shirt.
Oh my god.
I found this in a bargain bin. It was wonderful. Out above, Rick brought this down, and my kids absolutely are terrified.
Are they? Because so Aggie called it my zombie shirt because I would wear it like when I'm doing chores around the house, and she'd be like zombie, and I'm like, yeah, basically.
So,
Understanding is deeper than knowledge.
it is you, Quinn. Oh, Winnie. Oh, my dear lad, my dear wonderful lad. And by the way, for a more physical description, I mean, obviously he has the long ears. This is a half-elf. For those of you that are wondering, a very old half-elf, but nonetheless, so he's a bit hunched over. His clothes and his robes are patchwork from multiple burns and explosions and what have you, but again, it's all pieced together in piecemeal. His beard, though well kept, definitely has singes at the end. He gives Quinn the tightest and biggest hug that you've ever seen Quinn ever receive. Doesn't lift him up because he's still an old man, but still it's like, oh, Quinn, you're here. You're here, you're alive, and you're whole in one piece, and you brought friends. Oh, I do love friends. So, tell me who... I think I recognize or know some of you from my Palantir, but some of you I don't quite know. So, please. Oh, yes, of course, a formality. Yes. I am Dinzel, Enchanter, Master of Enchantments, Transmogrification, Professor, tenured at the Scholar Arcanum. Yes, quite, yeah. And, of course, Quinn's personal tutor and dear friend. So, who do I have the pleasure of meeting?
Yes, well, this is, Milton. Justice to Milton.
Greetings.
Hello.
This is, Princess Alekrara.
Quinn. And he pulls Quinn aside and goes, Quinn, a Dothraki princess. Are you... You and... A Dothraki princess? Oh, I should have been better standing. Just... better noch. His cloak transforms to the royal colors of the Dothraki. Madam, in the presence of such royalty, who I have been in many presence of, it is an absolute pleasure to finally meet someone of your standing outside of Slovenia, Alakmor.
Pleasure.
Are you by any chance related to the Grand Matress herself?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
is it all right that I don't pity you then?
It's quite all right.
Very well, yes. But nonetheless, I am humbled and most honored by your presence. And your rather tall friend. This isn't... No, that's not an ice walker. And you are?
I'm Entropy. It's nice to meet you. He's still holding his sandwiches.
An absolute pleasure to meet you as well, Entropy.
Uh-huh.
Sir.
My hat.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank you. I do try to be the flair of the dramatic. Yes.
Yes. And Lady Nori is currently eating a large portion of meat outside.
Oh, I was so interested in meat. I know her grandmother, Moody. Oh yes. We've known each other for way back. My adventuring days. Oh, that was explosive. Yes, that. But nonetheless,
I figured you She reminded me of you.
Did you
Huh.
know her or like know her?
Are you insane? She was a
Yeah.
married woman when I met her.
That's never stopped me, but go off.
You should have met her husband. Would have split me in half like a timber with his bare hands.
That sounds pretty hot, actually. Sorry, I'm a bard, so.
Then everything is explained in further detail. Yes. So, Win and compatriots, welcome to my little sanctuary within a sanctuary. Sandwiches, which you already have, and of course tea. Braxix innen nok. A table comes to life, coming over via Disney, bringing tea and small cucumber sandwiches. Ha! You can always have more sandwiches. Oh, yes. Thank you. There's 2 lumps, please. Yeah, thank you. Oh, wonderful. So perky. Yes. Gwyn, it is wonderful to see you, my lad. And it seems like you have changed a bit since I last saw you. Either that or I've lost my good eye again. Is this my good eye? Ah, yeah, that's definitely it. Yes.
I believe I have. I think that my travels have been quite informative and helpful in showing me what I should do. Speaking of which, there is something that I should show you. And I know like the room kind of changed a little bit. We said like there was like a bunch of like tchotchkes and like random stuff around.
Tchotchkes galore.
Okay, Quinn is going to target one of them with catapult. And send us on across the room.
My dear Quinn! Mind you, that wasn't a favorite of mine, so yeah, good choice. Next time, go with the duck. Yes, the back-flipping duck. I got that from a friend of mine. But next time, you might want to go with that. It has more boing.
Did you notice anything about the spell in particular?
The fact that you're using magic. Wizarding magic. Oh, yes. Quinn. I've known for quite a while, my dear. My dear boy. I've known for quite a while. But now I see that you are finally touching that essence I knew was always in there. Since you are a wee... He'll turn to the rest. I tutored him when he was but a boy. His father, not knowing any better, said, oh, he obviously is just needing some additional help. Never listened to me, of course, but, such a talented young man. So quick, so intelligent. And now, with additional magical power, so it's... Do you still have your other friend?
I do.
Ah, I see you're still in association with that, but, I am not one to judge. So. But, of course, you're not here for the ramblings of an old man. Yes?
I'm sure he misses them.
Ah, there. The courtesy of the Dothraki court, I can feel it in my bones. Wait, was that sciatica? Nope, that's stiffening my bones. Ah, yes. So, Quinn, companions, thank you for finally getting here. There have been some dark things happening at the school. Yes, very dark things happening at the school before I was so rudely expelled. As were you, being associated with me, of course. I do apologize for that, my dear boy. I never once wanted you to feel the scorn and the vitriol of your teacher.
Honestly, it's fine. I think in these travels and being more on my own, of course, having my friends with me is one thing, but I feel like I've learned more in the past few months than I have in the 2 years when I was studying up in the Norlands.
So you're saying it was wise of me to send you? I knew it was the right thing to do. Yes, send the lad off. Let him get away from the oppression of the scholar and learn on his own. Yes, I shall put it in my book. How to raise a good student. Yes, chapter 1. I knew him when... No, sorry, I got lost again. So, this is wonderful to hear. Because you may need those new skills where things have been changing. So, I also, by the way, have been keeping abreast of your activities. Starting revolutions, are we, my dear boy? I knew you were a rebel. As well as your friends, and starting an entire city revolt, getting involved against the Church of the Dawn. Never liked them. I always thought they were too stuck up. Something was wrong about them. I could smell it. But now you're home. Now, just to be sure, because again, my information's always a little rusty, have you come across in your travels a black living viscous that seems to have necromantic abilities and potential power?
Just one of us has a jar on this, right?
Uh-huh.
Do I still have that jar, or did we manage to get rid of it all? Let me see.
Oh, I think we managed to get rid of it all, actually, didn't we?
I think
I
Ash
couldn't
should always
remember.
had some, so if you guys have her bag of her... No, you don't, because you don't have her hat. Do you have her hat?
I don't
No.
So you did at one
So-
point.
Yeah.
I don't see any more in my inventory. I think we managed to get rid of all of that, but Allie does take a notable step back and is just kind of like looking at the... It's like, oh, this is a cute teacup and plate on this table.
As you pick up the teacup, it looks at it turns and looks at you as, "Be careful, will you? I'm fragile."
Oh, right. Put that down.
Oh yeah, just let me down for just pick me up and put me down like all you other biggies.
Hey. She picks it back up, turns, and sets it on a shelf with other tchotchkes.
It becomes silent.
Quinn is going to minor illusion an image of the goo in a St. Cloud jar or like whatever bar or bottle it
Yeah.
came in, and just be like, unfortunately, yes, we have come across it quite a bit.
Yes. To tell you a bit, my lad, I started noticing it about a year ago. A student brought in a jar of the stuff, saying that they had found it while excavating a gravesite. I thought it was merely a necromancer who was meddling with things. I had told the student give it to me, and I disposed of it. But then I started noticing things, strange things that were happening at the school. Late night chemistry that isn't scheduled. And then, of course, your father being ascended to the position of the Sorcerer Supreme, though he had been hunting it for years, the fact that it suddenly happened. And then having your sister be appointed to the council, that was odd. That was odd. And the rules she started implementing, restrictions on levels, mandatory curfew of teachers. Teachers don't have curfews. Apparently we do now, or did, among other things, questionable things. I started poking my nose around in it, and well, as you know, when I poke my nose into things, things tend to explode. But nonetheless, I unfortunately was caught while trying to investigate the catacombs. Straight up expelled. Thanks to your father's direct authority, as well as a multitude of other things and past transgressions which I couldn't be forgiven for anymore. So. Long story very short, my dear boy. Your ooze has a connection with the Scholar. As to what and where, I don't have all that information, but I do know that, unfortunately, somehow either your family's involved or they know something.
You didn't happen to learn anything about the ooze before destroying it, did you?
Oh, the first encounter with it, I just destroyed it. And necromancy, not my specialty, and has a tendency of, well, corrupting those that tend to use it overly much. And, can I say, I have enough problems to begin with.
Quite.
Yes. Anyway, so, on other occasions, I was able to get a small sample and to break it down. It's not classical ooze. It's not even black pudding. It's a weird alchemical mixture of powerful magics and chemical byproduct. A chemical I don't know, or at least I don't have any books on it. One would even say maybe even kind of a chemical waste, but and who would have that as a byproduct? Makes you wonder what would be the overall intent of whatever it's being the byproduct of. But I will say this. Since it is tied so strongly with necromancy in terms of its magical power and potence, the corruptive abilities, oh, prophetic, oh yes. I'd imagine anything like a vial, maybe even like a jar, or maybe even a keg of the stuff would be exceptionally destructive to any living flesh, much less any dead flesh.
Quite. Well, that was all fascinating. You haven't seen any in the city at all, have you?
No, since my expulsion, and, well, the Scholar likes to keep a close eye on its former teachers, so I've been holed up in here as much as I can.
And the only way... I'm sorry. The only way to meet with the Scholar, Mr. St. Cloud, is at this gathering that is coming up in a few days.
Ah, yes, his grand celebration of ascending to the Sorcerer Supreme. Political appointments. Anyway, yes, he has not been seen outside of grand productions, of course. Quinn, forgive me for saying this, but having known your father for such a long time, he's a pain in the ass. But at the same time, you know, he's still a friend of sorts. Very driven, ambitious man. So, if you want to speak to him, that would be there. That leads me to another thing, Quinn. Your double has been all over the place. I thought at first it might have been you, but the fact that your double never came here... My magics are powerful. My magics are thorough. When I send a message, people get it. Maybe instantly suspect something was up. But then, of course, this whole you taking over your father's industry version. No.
Is it that you don't think he's capable of it, or you don't think he would do it?
Have you not met this man?
I have. I think either is possible considering circumstances, but I'm curious as to your stance.
Well, Quinn could obviously do it, but he never seemed to be the kind of person that would be interested in taking over his father's business. Magical production of wares. I don't know. Quinn, do you suddenly have a draw and need to take over the family fortune?
It's not certainly not top 10 on my list of things.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
Mm.
And furthermore, I find it difficult to even imagine my father thinking me capable of running the company.
Agreed. Mind you, again, my dear boy, you are brilliant. Your father's viewpoints on being a cutthroat, on the other hand, very different indeed. So, whatever is going on, the Scholar, your double, and of course your sister apparently getting married, which also surprises me. I always thought your father, or at least your mother, would demand that she be married to a prince or viscount, not a scientist.
Can you tell us more about the scientist?
Oh, yeah. Yes. His name is Dr. Victor von Helskin. Hellion. Helskin is the Slovenian pronunciation of his name. Came about, I would say, 2-3 years ago, shortly after you left to go to the far north. The only reason I know is because he started working in the chemical labs, directly under your father's employ as an adjunct professor. Adjunct professor. Who's the adjunct professor? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to take your coffee. Don't mind me. I'll just take your sandwich. I'm an adjunct professor.
You mentioned Slavonian pronunciation. Is he a Dothraki scientist?
Oh, no.
All right, just checking.
No. Definitely not Dothraki. He, from his accent, he's from one of the human settlements, one of the Burgermeister realms. A very deep, very rich accent. Boton expanden its Wörterchen. Jawohl, as voll. So, of that variety and ilk, Dr. Victor von Helleskim. Within a year, he was promoted from adjunct professor to head of the alchemical division over my dear friend Professor Snape. It was very disruptive for him. The man wore black for months. Anyway. But nonetheless, he took over, became much more affiliated with your father, almost everywhere, at his beck and call, his personal alchemist. And I don't know if you remember, my dear Quinn, but your father doesn't have a personal alchemist, much less anything.
It is quite interesting how shortly after St. Cloud Industries is seen distributing an alchemical production of necromantic sorts, that my sister and apparently also my father are becoming quite intimately related to an alchemical professor.
Very, very. And sadly, I've even tried to speak with your mother, but I am not allowed on the estate premises anymore. Been a friend of your family for years. Was there when your mother and father got married. A actually a rather nice affair. Your mother was amazing in white, and your father wore that gold like a prince. But still, not allowed there anymore.
Over the
Wonder.
table, real quick. So just so that I understand all of our goals here. Allie's got to check in with Embassy at some point. There's this party in 3 days that'll get us close to not only the St. Clouds, but also pretty much all the high-ranking people in this city.
Mhm.
We're trying to are not trying to deal with this double situation before the party. Still in character figuring it out?
Yeah, I mean,
Got it.
because I feel like if anything, it'll probably show up at the party. Because, I mean, Quinn would, or at least this version of Quinn, I imagine, would make an appearance. So if we can't find him before then,
And any additional goals in the city?
well, now I'm wondering if we should try to find this Dr. Victor's like lab, perhaps maybe like his research notes, try to figure out what's going on with this with the ooze, whether or what he's making that is making the ooze as a byproduct.
Mhm.
I assume he's involved because it seems pretty clear.
It's like everything's tying together somehow.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure we know where we're heading, because my brain is just like, we're going to another party, and I'm like, nothing else is in this brain.
Also, just to kind of help out over the table, you also have, well, Nori's connection to the dragon to possibly
Oh,
find him as well. So you got that side quest as well.
okay. So we can. I'll be totally honest. I don't want to run that quest without her, but
Well, obviously,
I
I'm
don't
just-
think she would be mad if we got information.
That's true.
Okay, just making sure I have all my notes caught up. And see. Do you know anything about this lab?
Sadly, no. All the labs at the School of Arcanum are heavily monitored because, well, students have a tendency of blowing things up. Or they read something in a book and think, oh, I will try and do this, and suddenly make a flesh golem, which rampages through the entire cafeteria, and you spend a week cleaning up the mess, and it smells like burnt flesh for another week and a half. It's just an entire mess. You have no idea. I do miss him, though. He was a good boy.
But it is in the Scholar Arcanum.
Possibly. Again, there are the lower levels that were restricted for one reason or another. Within the lower levels are catacombs, abandoned labs, things of that nature, restricted for safety purposes, as magic often does, especially here in Tren, when it tends to coalesce. It can create problems, eldritch creatures, rips in the fabric of space. Burn my favorite pair of urinals. Oh, I love those shoes. They were so comfy, too. Just great splish on the foot. I could walk in them, but now I all I have is these stupid sandals. Just what?
Well, as unfortunate as it is for your shoes, you are not allowed back in the Scholar Arcanum, and presumably Quinn is no longer able to go in. Is there any way that we could get in the door without arousing suspicions?
Oh, Quinn, I see that you got yourself a planner. Wise boy. All right. Madam, actually, I didn't catch. Which house are you?
Plodvog.
Podvog.
My family is more inclined to bust down the door rather than question, so...
Oh, no, I am very much aware of Cladvog. You know you have family in the city, right?
It's lovely.
Yes. The new ambassador, as a matter of fact.
Oh, and who might that be?
Ah, Lady Destra. Ah, such a flower, such a shining presence. Honestly, doesn't really make sense to the rest of your family to begin with, but still, she's good for a diplomat.
Yes. And if she's here, my brother is not. Can you tell me where she's staying?
Oh, she's at the embassy. Met her at a function before I was expelled. It's very nice canopies, though. Some really nice and spongy, and just picked up the entire evening, and that with a nice bit of sherry, and maybe it's. Oh, sorry. I get lost in my thoughts sometimes.
I've noticed.
Maybe the sauce too, a little bit.
Yes. That and sometimes some really good weed.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Well, as far as the scholar economy, if someone is of a intellectual persuasion and simply wanted to see the establishment, quick tour, would that be something that could get arranged?
Oh, my dear. As a matter of fact, when I was expelled, and of course Quinn was expelled as well, we cannot enter the Scholar Arcanum ourselves. Unless... He snaps his fingers. A book levitates off the shelf and comes to him. You have a pass. He opens the book, and there are 4 golden passes. Technically, it'll be more when, Nori gets back, but, for right now...
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. These are passes. They will get you past the magical guardians of the outer defenses and all that, and you won't be registered as an outsider. I snagged these years ago under old McCradich. Old McCradich was a paranoid bastard, but he knew that these would be useful at some point. Of course, he blew himself up. He's paranoid. What can he do? Anyway, with these passes, and he hands them out to you, you'll be able to step foot on the grounds. I would still be very clear that you will not be disguised. Except by, from the magical, countryment. People will still see you, you'll have to prestidigitate or change yourself. Quinn, sadly, you're very well known. So you may want to adjust your appearance as such. But nonetheless, these will get you onto the campus. Going from there, you'll be on your own. It's beyond my power. I don't have the rights as a teacher anymore. Even if I wanted to.
Well, this has been very delightful. Does anyone have anything else? Before we move on? Not that I want to leave your company anytime soon. It's just we have a very, very busy schedule.
Of course,
invitations to get.
Invitations, cities to burn, destinies to change. Yes, I completely understand.
Didn't Nori have something that she wanted to look into?
Again, there's the dragon.
Do you know anything of dragons in the city? Besides the cute little drake out there.
Oh yeah, that thing's not a drake. I mean, it's a drake, but it's not a dragon drake. It's little do they really know, that's an archfey out there, related to Shayak. Just so you know, I didn't say anything.
I directly look at Quinn with a, is he mental right now?
I love the little illusion.
So, the dragon beneath the city. Ah, yes. Old Iron Bones has been here for a long time. Isn't that right, Quinn? Yes. He is the prisoner of the prince from ages past. Is well taken care of and maintained. I, for one, have been always of the movement of releasing the dragon, but not in the majority, and haven't been for some time. So,
What? So, I'm sorry. When you say prisoner of the prince, is it like a known thing in the city?
Oh, I mean, there's the known
Is it like a
tale.
trophy?
Pretty much.
Very much so. It's a very old tale. Back during the fall of Ardania, the dragon was lured here to Tren by the prince, with the assistance of the first of the Saint Clouds. They were just known as the Clouds back then. They got the Saint part after what they did, which was luring the dragon and chaining it with nth metal chains beneath the city. The chains leech out the magical power of the great beast to sustain the lagoon and the magical defenses of the city. Of course, that was right after the devastation where, they were desperate and they didn't care. But of course, at this time, it's brutal, it's monstrous. And great creatures, especially dragons that are so rare, they need to be released, or we become greater monsters.
Yes, that seems to be the case. How old is either the St. Cloud family or the prince? Because if the prince is still a prince after several generations of St. Clouds, I have to wonder about my family's choices.
Oh, no. The prince is a title. It's a continual title from point to point to point. It's always a different person, but it's always the Prince of Ardania, Grand Duke of Tren, and so on and so on and so forth.
All right, so not the same prince that is currently seated.
No. That would be silly. And heck, there hasn't been an elf that's been sitting on the throne like a true elf in bygone age. The half elves, though, they've been ruling rather quite well. So there's that.
They seem to live a very long time.
No, significantly, about 200-300 years. Relatively short compared to yourself. I think your mother's on her 400th birthday come next month. Yes,
give or take.
Yeah. But no, yes, it's not the same prince. Can you imagine if that were the case? An immortal prince. Oh.
Yes. I was just making sure that wasn't something on our plate right now. So, since it is a prisoner of the prince title, chances are it has some connection to the party / keep of this city. So that's not something we can handle at the same time as the lab, unless the lab happens to also be near the dragon, which...
Oh, no. The dragon is held underneath the Tower of the Visiting Counts, completely other part of the island.
Don't mind me, I'm typing.
No. So, Quinn, you now have the passes. The party, of course, is within 3 days' time. I hope you go out and have yourself a little bit of fun. I used to dance when I was younger, you know.
You still do.
Oh, yes. I was all the rage. I used to do the hip hop. The hop's hip. Until I popped my hip while doing the hop. Haha.
Wow.
Aha.
Truly a loss for the dancing community.
Yes. But you have 3 days till then, and of course, investigating the school will be dangerous. Do you need a place to stay that would be safe?
We don't otherwise have a place, do we?
My lad, my dear boy. This is my sanctuary. And since it is my sanctuary, the innkeeper and I have an agreement. I can speak to him to make sure that you all will have rooms, except for your eldritch friend over there.
Why don't I get one?
I think you know why, don't you?
Oh no, yeah, I definitely know why, but I'd like to hear you say it, old man.
You already have a place to rest. I can smell the golden cord on you.
Yeah, I got an apartment there. I just like
Hmm.
being difficult, but here we are.
But nonetheless, I can make sure that you will have rooms here at the Green Dragon. And
Pause.
oh, yes?
Entropy, say something into the mic real quick.
Something into the mic real quick. My mic isn't. Oh, no, it is.
Okay, yeah, I was just checking if it was okay on Twitch, because someone's saying they can't hear Entropy at all. I can hear you over Twitch, so it could just be that you're quiet or their stuff isn't up. I was just double checking before we got too far.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I did lean forward and my mic's over here, so maybe it was kind of like off to the side. Everyone else is...
Yeah.
What about now? Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. Sorry. I should it's right about now. Funk Soul. I fucked that up. I'm sorry. Are we good? Do we win? Did I win? Did I lose?
Skeletor.
Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Hey.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Are you
like
on
we could.
Twitch?
Mm-hmm.
I think I noticed that one of our last streams.
Yeah. Moving on.
Okay, well,
I mean, I have also heard them on my Twitch too, so you know.
yeah, as long as it picks up, we can do editing magic when I get to this episode.
Okie dokie.
Moving on.
Sorry.
The creepy face is judging us.
Just like peeking out of my shirt.
Creepiest, like it's like if someone thinks you're about to flash and it's not. It's really not.
I love that your children are afraid of it.
At any rate,
Yeah.
so I can make sure that you have a safe place here. Mind you, also the food is quite delicious. And that's as much as I can do, unfortunately, my lad. My power is very limited, at least in regards to Tren. You'll be safe here, though.
I thank you very much. That honestly does mean a lot. Oh yeah, I guess I was wondering, do you by any chance know where, I don't know if you've kept tabs on where my double is currently or recently?
That's actually the other thing. My Palantir, and he pulls the seeing orb, which looks like a piece of onyx that has been buffed and shined exceptionally well. My Palantir is exceptionally powerful. The thing is, though, when I try to focus on any member of your family, it gets completely obscured. The only one that I could ever see is basically you. And even then, from time to time, especially if your passenger allows me to see you. The only times I'm able to actually pick up on your double is when they're out in the streets, walking around. Very strange company that one keeps.
Hmm.
Who do they hang out with?
Well, sadly, I don't know much about the rough and tumble part of Tren. I mean, I did, but I don't anymore. A lot of, I believe they're called ghouls. Street thugs, for lack of a better term.
You got any names?
My Palantir gives me images, not names.
I
One
got
of
a
them
name
loves
for
to
you
smile
here,
a
buddy.
lot.
Well,
Like unnaturally wide smiles.
Entropy currently has an unnaturally wide smile on his face.
Yeah, something like that. Very, very close to that, yes.
Tall?
Tall, definitely robust. Has no problem showing off their magical abilities. And laughs a lot.
Is it who Entropy is thinking of?
The description is very apt.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, Quinn, I might be able to help narrow that down if you'd like to look into it.
Do you know this person personally?
If it's who I'm thinking of, you could say we've mingled a little bit.
Partner of yours?
X.
Oh. Did you separate on good terms?
Do I seem like the kind of person that separates on good terms, Quinn?
You seem like the love 'em and leave 'em sort.
Yeah. That's about. Yeah. Loved, not so much. Fucked a few times, yeah.
Hmm.
well,
But this
We'll
is
have
great.
to track down Entropy's former fuck partner then.
Oh my. Whew.
I mean, there's a lot of them, but I got a bone to pick with this one, so.
Okay. I can't wear this shirt anymore. It's getting too distracting for me.
well, in that case, what time of day is it?
As of right now, it's actually getting closer to about evening because you were waiting for a little bit for the food. So it's about, I'd say 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon into the evening hours.
Okay. Well, we could. How far are we from the Scholar Arcanum and the embassy?
Well, in that case, let me move you folks to the city map. Bubble. All right, so
Okay.
here we are. I'm just going to
Scholar
move you guys to where the green dragon currently is, which is here.
Okay, perfect.
So, the Scholar Arcanum is all the way over here. The
Mhm.
embassy is right here. So technically, you're at the midpoint. You could go in either direction.
There's also an adventurers guild nearby if we are strapped for cash. I don't think that's the worst idea.
I'm pretty good cash wise, and
Mhm.
if you want to, I guess.
Well,
But we
cash your
probably
information.
true. We
Yeah.
probably should check in for you first before we get in too much trouble.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that.
If it's
Doing
like-
everything she can to avoid the family.
Right, because, you know, if it's a political matter, then it might not be good to be seen running around and you hadn't shown your face at the embassy.
I mean, my cousin Lady Destra is the ambassador apparently, so we actually are on good terms last that we spoke.
So it
So-
would be a good thing to go and check in with her.
It certainly would be a lot better than the last town of family I ran into.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, in traveling in that direction, we should be passing
The guild.
was that the not the guild well, yes, the guild, but I'm assuming that's the Tower of Magic.
Torre di Magica. Yes.
Yes. So we can at least get a look at it, as tourists.
Mm-hmm.
I always got to be a tourist at least a little bit.
She has found her joy in life.
So, what shall you do? I'm going to move you back to the Green Dragon. Yep, there.
How long would it take to get to the embassy and back?
The embassy and back to the Green Dragon.
Yeah.
On foot, wouldn't take long. Maybe just like 10, 15 minutes with light traffic.
Oh.
Because again, you're walking.
Yeah.
And again, this place is like the size of Venice. So, it's well constructed to be easily to move from point A to point B. The faster way to get back, though, once you're over there, is taking the channel, like one of the gondolas. That will get you back to the Green Dragon faster.
Oh, lovely. More tourism. That works for me. We can be back before, late evening.
All right. So you're heading to the embassy then?
Yes.
Very well. I will speak with the innkeeper to make sure that everything is set for you by the time you get back. And, well, I do apologize, Quinn, that you have to deal with such things. But I am happy that you have such fine friends to help you through all of this.
They've been a great help.
And that being the case, I will make my way out. So he is going to leave the room. The door, of course, unlocks and opens. And when he steps out, you notice how he had been cackling and kind of crunched over. He straightens himself out. You even hear some of his vertebrae pop. It's like, Tiberius, my old friend, let us speak. And he will go and speak with the innkeeper. What are you all doing?
I'm gonna get out of this man's bedroom.
Yes. Well, we are well fed. We have information. There's a duck at the counter. I
What-
think we.
What is it with you and the duck? What am I missing here?
Right, you don't know
No?
that duck goes anywhere we go. Apparently,
It's a very well-traveled duck.
very well traveled duck.
Mm-hmm.
So you're being stalked by a mallard.
Well, I don't know if it's intentional or not. I'd never asked.
Oh, well.
He does like bread, though,
And accounting.
and accounting.
The bread, I was not surprised by the. How do you know about the accounting?
We did talk to it at one point,
And it's
and by we, I believe it was Nori, but, you know, details.
right. You
Speaking of, we should grab Nori.
Mhm.
She lets you grab her.
Well, yes, how else do we travel? And she goes over and
Never mind,
takes
princess.
Nori. She goes over and assesses where Nori's at in her eating. How much food is left on the table? How much food is left in the establishment?
2 plates about this size, like trough length, are empty.
Mhm.
She is finishing up a rack of lamb. And by rack, as in like pretty much a whole lamb, but still. You are back. It's so good. Very rich. Edgar, of course, is right there. Control.
Nori.
Just picturing Edgar
Uh,
gnawing on like a huge piece.
Yeah. So we can stay here for the evening, but I do need to check in at the embassy. Do you want to accompany us, or do you want to wait for us here? Finish eating.
Nori's face will look up at you with this kind of concerned, angry, but mouth full, so can't eat. Edgar's going to say, "Of course we're going to be going with you. You walk around over here by yourself. You are small. We keep you safe because we are big." And Nori's like,
Well, but Edgar says that, and he's
The smallest.
"Yeah, of course he is.
pretty
He's
much-
still Edgar, though."
Yes. Well, I don't want to rush you, so take your time, finish up.
She
Do you-
spits out the bones like a cartoon character, swallows, gets up, wipes her mouth, and she's like, "See, we are good to go. Meow. Meow."
Well, lovely. I believe we're ready to go now, everyone.
Okay. It's real quick. Are you guys stepping outside?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ryan, I can't get over the eyes on your shirt just like glaring at us over the bottom of the camera.
Oh,
I don't like the sound.
Just a second, I have to move Nori.
those are friendly looking tokens.
Oh yes, very, very friendly.
Oh,
As you all step outside, 2 individuals appear, or have been waiting for you, stepping out of the shadows. One of them looks like a brute of an individual, standing about 6'7", but barrel shaped like a house. This individual,
Ooh.
scarred and brutalized face with glowing green eyes.
I could brutalize that face.
I was about to say, that looks like my high school toxic trait.
Just wait. In front of that one, though, with an unnaturally wide grin, reminiscent of entropy, but more like it's struggling to maintain its physical consistency, is this individual.
Also smash.
I was told that you were back in town, Entropy. How's it going, lover?
Friend of yours?
X.
X is such a cruel word. You don't just give up on something good like us.
So you're still as stupid as ever.
Well, what can I say? Love makes us all a little stupid. Isn't that right, Cage?
Aww. You two still jerking each other off. He's gonna step a little bit ahead of the party.
Is Quinn dancing like that?
Sorry, no.
Yeah, Quinn's just like
something
vibing in the
playing.
background.
I just miss how you use those words of yours. Entropy.
I know, it's gotta really do something for you when you have the vocabulary of a fucking houseplant.
You see that, Georgie boy? Even in the presence of danger, entropy just does a little jiggle, a little wiggle, and acts like they're still the fucking cat in town. What brings you back, Entropy? When someone told me, your dear drunk little friend, that you come back into town, I was thinking, no, Entropy wouldn't come back. Not after what our boss had told him the last time.
And what was that again? You want to enlighten me?
Oh, yes, of course. How do I word it? If I ever catch you in my city again, I will make sure that your lovely hooves are ornaments over my fireplace. Did I get it right, Georgie boy? Ah, Georgie boy. So good with the words.
That's right, I forgot your boss had a foot fetish.
So, Entropy, you're going to introduce me to your friends? I'd like to know who I'm going to be skinning later.
No.
As always, the example of charm.
Yes, I'm very charming. And he's gonna step forward again. I'm gonna try something. And it might not work, but I'm still gonna try it. So
As Entropy walks forward, Allie's just going to reach forward and tap him for guidance. Just in case.
thank you.
Don't forget to put guidance in the chat if D20 will actually
Sorry,
let you.
wrong one. Resistance.
Still in the chat if D&D Beyond will let you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I use roll 20, so
6 of 1. Thank you.
Can y'all still hear me?
it looks like a little go get him, but it's like magic.
So, Entropy, I'm kind of tempted to just let you go, but at the same time, the fact that the big boss man has a problem with you, well, I would hate to disappoint his smile.
Can you drop Merpow into these bushes for me?
All right, give me a second. I gotta get Snake. You don't have individual art from Merpal, do you?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
I mean, well, I can make a token out of one of my commission pieces, but as of this moment, no.
All right, just a second. I think I have something that'll work. Boom.
Just a cute little snake.
Yep, it's a snake. There we go.
Yeah, close enough.
All right, give me a second. I'll also give you ability over it. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, control.
Thank you for your
5.
due diligence.
Alright, there you go. You should now be able to move Merpow as you see fit.
Yes. Merpow is just leaking through the bushes near Entropy.
Well, I was gonna try to do something, but it's not working, so that's fine. We just won't use it.
What were you trying to do?
The voice mod.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's not on you. It's just not coming through. So he is. Like I said, I have one. I think I need to update the program so it won't go. It won't work. That was disappointing. He's going to get uncomfortably close to Smiley. What do we call him? Over the
Jimmy
table.
smiles, but you haven't introduced him yet, so. Oh, Entropy, we're getting real close now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Really
do it.
quick, I would like you to roll a perception now that you're this close.
Perception. Well, at least that's going through. Oh, sorry, it went through twice. Ignore the 10.
All right. As Entropy gets close, additional eyes open up on Johnny's face. That wasn't there the last time you saw
Johnny!
him.
Getting some new accessories, huh? And he's just gonna, like, grab him by the throat.
Oh, yeah. Like old times, huh?
No, not like old times.
As Entropy grips the neck extends. Got some new tricks there. Now, I'm going to ask you nicely. Let go. Or do you not forget what old Georgie boy could do? Please, let Georgie boy remind you.
Oh, the fact that you can't handle your own shit and you never could. He's going to, like, lean in and be like, listen here, buddy. I don't really feel like exposing these people to you. So why don't you trot off, go back to your boss, and tell him I'll be seeing him later.
Oh, is that a promise?
He's gonna dig his claws into his neck. You know, the fact that you get off on this is really unnerving, even for me. You need to fuck off, Jimmy.
Eyeball. Sorry, what?
He says that you need to fuck off.
He'll take his hand, and you suddenly feel weight in that hand, like uncomfortable amounts of weight. And as he moves himself away from your grip, even though your nails are cutting in, it doesn't faze him. I'll let the big boss know that you're going to come by to see him. But don't keep him waiting too long there, Long Legs. You know he don't like to wait.
And you know I don't take orders from ghouls.
Not yet. Not yet. Hey, Cage, give him a parting present before we leave. And Johnny will disappear. Cage, on the other hand, he'll go. Opens his chest and out spits.
Horatio. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you wish. Several miniature ghouls. All of them about waist high. Cage then laughs and also heads off. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause, but then come back for some action. So enjoy the next 10 minutes in anticipation to see how this all goes down.
Anticipation.
Antissa.
It's giving fish. Oh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. How's your sign? Anyway, last left our band of adventurers. The two individuals who know entropy all too well have left a parting gift to basically ruin your afternoon. So we are going to get this thing going. Just a minute. I thought I cleared this out. There we go. By all means, everybody, roll your initiatives.
No.
Let's see if we can.
That I forget if
You-
we made any kind of ruling about it, but in reading the Find Familiar spell, it says that my familiar rolls its own turn. Did we just decide to put it at the end of my turn or with my turn?
I always say at the end of your turn.
Okay, just checking.
Just to make it
Okay,
easier.
apparently my
Yeah.
character was not selected. Try that again.
Oh, look at Allie going first and I not wanting to.
What was
Good,
that?
thank you.
Mary's like, "You're going first here. Hold my beer."
Yeah, when we say going first, we never count Milton because obviously Milton's going first.
Honestly, I feel like that's with Grayson. Anytime, like in Sunday's game, just like
I roll low a lot of the time with them, to be honest.
I've been rolling low lately, so except for now.
I was about to say, Mary, that 29. That's really.
That's
You could
almost
do
your
better.
max.
You could do
I
better.
could do better. I could.
You could do one better.
Yes.
That also reminds me I need to get Nori's character sheet. So-
For perspective, I could also only do one better.
I could do a lot better.
I could do a lot worse.
From the fucking. Am I going last?
I think I am.
Oh no! Are you?
Wait, never mind. You're a 9.
Ryan, what did I just say about going through your computer like the bitch from the Ring movie and killing you?
Oh. Well, you're gonna have
Yeah.
to wait your turn.
Yeah.
I hate you.
If I had given you guidance instead of resistance, you could have had a little bump. But
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
Sadly, no. But at that point, Milton, you're up.
Yay! I have no idea what I'm doing, but yay!
Oh, so
Let's
when the
see.
ghouls popped up, creepy high school, problem dude vanished.
Yep, they done
Mhm.
Got it.
skedaddled.
Didn't know if he was accidentally deleted.
Oh,
No.
he skedaddled and left us a parting gift that I'm going to throw daggers at. Probably this
dagger,
one if I
dagger.
can. Oh, come on, computer. Come on. Oh. Throw it, dagger. Gonna work? Yay, it worked.
Which one are you shooting?
The one in front of entropy, if possible.
All right. 17 hits.
It does, and it hasn't gone yet, so yay! Or
37 points of damage. Wow, that's a lot
Uh-huh.
of damage. So, as your blade flies across and sinks into the ghoul, it kills the ghoul. But I'm also going to need entropy and you, and of course the ghoul behind it, to roll me a dex save.
oh, okay. Oh, come on. Okay, hold on. I gotta go
You
do
have
this in
resistance
beyond
entropy.
20.
I help.
Or it's beyond 20. Computer. There we go. Hold on, let me do this. Up that.
Mine is that plus 7.
Well, yeah,
Mine- Is
Nice.
this.
So, and what do you have for your plus? Oh, it's plus 9 already. All right, cool.
Yep.
So both of you made the save, so you're only taking about half of this. So give me a moment here. Oh, you have the rogue ability where you don't take any damage.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for the reminder. In that case, entropy. You're taking half.
I just imagine Milton like sidestepping behind Entropy.
24 points of damage. Halved, that is
12.
points of damage.
Ouch.
Sorry.
So
Would-
basically, as the blade hits the creature, its bones implode, then explode as it kabooms.
Would the other ghouls have to roll as well, since they're within?
Oh, I did. The 24 was not enough to kill them, so
Ah.
yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
it's not your fault.
It's still your turn, Milton.
Can I? I don't know if I can throw another. Can I throw another?
I mean, wait, you moved and threw. Yeah, you're done. Unless you have extra attack or something like that. If you have extra attack, you should be able to throw another item.
No, I don't think so.
All right. So that's
I'm
it
looking.
for Milton. Alikirara, you're up.
Yes, I actually need to change the. Nope, it updated it automatically. Okay, cool. So I am going to. Oh, that's a 5-foot range. Okay. I thought the range on that was longer than it is, but it's okay. I got this. That one's longer range. I'm gonna use Sacred Flame. It increases by 1d8, so it's a 3d8 on this guy.
Okay. DC 15. Let's see if I make it. No, it doesn't. Oh no. So, that's 19 points of damage to that one. And unfortunately, that means that Entropy needs to make another dex save, as well as the two other ghouls. So, give me a moment here. No, they don't make it. So, Entropy, would you be... Why are you flipping me off for? It's not my fault.
It's a dirty 20.
That's a dirty
Do
20.
you
So
still?
you're only taking half of this?
Okay.
Only 6. The other 2 are still up.
I like that it was half of the other half that I already took.
No, from the one ghoul that just blew up. So.
Yeesh.
Merpow is just gonna get closer to Milton and Entropy, but beyond that, not do anything just yet. And I can't use my thing because that wasn't a necromancy spell. That's fine. I'm good. Oh, these are undead. Where is it? Where is it? I just got it. Hold on, where is it? Nope. Yes? Is this it? Oh, no, I think that's only when the aura from the staff, that's only when I use the staff, right?
That's correct.
Got it. Okay, never mind then. We're good.
All right. So next up is Nori. Nori is going to charge ahead to here. And we'll take a swing at that ghoul. Alright. No, that's not the right one. Why did she send me Finneman Oben Hinneman as her character sheet? Yeah, that's from the
Trolling you and she's not even here.
not even in here. Alright, and that's a hit. And that's a D12 plus 3, I think. So I can't remember all of her damage because again I don't have her access to her sheet.
She's just trying to be gentle because these things keep exploding.
Yeah, true. The 9 does damage, but does not kill it outright. So that's it for her. Now for the remaining ghouls. Let's see. This one is going to move here. And this one will try to move up here, but Nori's going to get an attack of opportunity on him. Hits. Going to move back down here. And with D12. All right, that'll make that one explode. Just a second. Yep. And going to roll for her dex. She failed the dex save. And she is taking the full 5d6 points of damage. 18 points of damage to Nori. This one up here, once it runs up, it opens its chest and kaboom!
Oh no.
So we need both Merpal, Milton, and Entropy to roll dex saves.
No.
Yep, doesn't have anything special there. It is a tiny beast. Does it get any advantage for that?
Do you think tiny animals get advantage from a nuke?
I mean,
That is a no.
That was dark.
I was thinking of cockroach, surviving a nuclear blast. By the way, Rick.
That's
plus 7.
Plus 7, so it's a 19.
Oh, it's a 19.
Yeah, it's a 19.
Hey,
Suck my dick.
Question. Since Merpow is tiny and it is behind 2 medium creatures, does it get some level of cover from that?
No.
Why not? It's 2 sizes bigger.
Okay. Let's look at the bigger options. You have Milton, who's basically the size of a toddler, and Entropy, who though tall, is a rail.
He's
like hiding behind a shrub and a stick. It's not gonna hit.
He's very spindly. He's like the walking stick from A Bug's Life.
My snake is
The snake's
10 to
taking
12
20.
inches.
Taking 20.
My snake is dead.
Yeah, we'll
There
bring him
goes
back.
Merpel. And of
Merpow
course,
explodes and Allie screams.
Entropy, you take 10 points of explosion damage.
Jolly good.
And that's it for combat. I was originally planning for them to just swarm Entropy and then explode and explode and explode and explode. So I know it was a short battle, but it was kind of meant to be.
I think we all contributed greatly to that fight.
I didn't.
That was okay.
Oh, I see what you're doing now.
Allie.
Fuck you, Malachi.
I also didn't.
Allie is going to go over to where Merpow exploded.
Merpal's remains are just a poof of smoke.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go like way graphic with that.
No, because Merpal is a familiar construct. It's not like a palace cat who could have exploded into bits and viscera, and completely different.
Okay. She's just gonna be like, okay. Before we do anything, I do a ritual for a little while. How long do rituals take?
You're trying to summon your familiar back.
Familiar back, yep. Allie hasn't been without Merpow for as long as anyone knows.
Merpal has survived some shit up until now. Eldritch abominations, demons, Church of the Dawn, fine and dandy. One ghoul in a city.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Let me just double check on ritual length.
Allie has one priority: right now?
An hour, looks like.
Well, that's when you
I think.
cast it as a spell. Like if you
Oh.
have it prepared and cast it as a spell. I know
I-
if
It
you
says-
don't have it prepared and you cast it as a ritual, there's slightly different rules.
I think ritual adds 10 minutes.
I was about to say 10 minutes longer to cast than normal. So
Okay, so the hour-ish.
it's about 70 minutes if we're going down that route.
Yeah, so she's just like, all right, well, I have to go buy some things and get Murpo back before I go anywhere. So, actually, I think I have a component pouch, so I should already have all the materials.
You do.
It's fine. Yep, it's fine. She's going to start pulling stuff out of her bag as if she's about to start this right now
In the middle of the street.
in the middle of the street.
After
How-
about 10 or so minutes, if you guys are just letting her do this, the street is being cleared by basically, street maintenance, and people are coming back in. I mean, violence in the street's not uncommon, so people know when to get the hell out and go back and say, "Hey, didn't see anything. Nothing's happened." So, yeah. The guy comes by with a broom and just starts sweeping away the bones and all the viscerae, and just another Tuesday here in Trent.
Move along, nothing to see here. Official business.
So her ritual that she sets up, like it's got the typical charcoal, incense, herbs, etc. that she's setting up. There's also Mithraki symbols mixed in, and very clearly necromantic symbology, and things of that nature, because that's what she learned. So she's drawing all this stuff out, she's setting everything up, and as she casts her magic and pulls, she's not calling on Rothadius's power, because that's not how Merpow comes into existence. It's not from her clerical side, it's from her wizard side.
Mm-hmm.
So she's pulling from her training the necromantic energies that she doesn't tap into as often as anything else anymore. And literally it's like pulling the spirit of this snake out of the earth and back into existence. And it, for a moment, takes on this like fiendish looking essence. Like it's dark and ghoulish and just it's not the Merpow that you know. It's an abomination of it. And then as the magic fades off, it's almost like it sheds its necromantic skin and turns into the cute, adorable eyelash viper that everyone knows and loves.
Really quick thing. Yeah, go
So,
ahead.
I also, because I imagine Quinn would recognize the beginnings of necromancy as she started writing the symbols. Can Quinn have casted his Dome of Safety over the area and make it like opaque? That way onlookers aren't seeing a necromantic ritual outside of a bar.
I'm going to roll for the gods, because I'm certain Quinn would do that, but whether, he did it in time is the question. Gods do not favor. So you do set it up, but not before things happen. Speaking of which, anyone want to roll me a perception?
Sure.
Okay.
Allie's totally focused on this ritual.
Oh yeah,
Merpow is
Allie's
her priority.
not able to do this.
Perception.
Why did I go? No, I don't. Every time I do perception, it does a
twice.
random one. Yeah.
Me too.
Huh. Something is...
Nice, Milton. Get it, baby.
As the spell's being worked, and of course, this is when Quinn is like, "Oh, yeah, the dome." Milton, especially from their position, is absolutely perfect. They spot this individual on the other end of the street, watching with great interest until Milton notices them. They pull a hood over their serpentine features, disappears into the crowd. But they were very much watching what was happening.
Okay. With like, can I roll just to see like what kind, like how interested or?
Oh, by all means. That would be an insight.
Oh, okay.
They were paying very close attention. You've seen someone who is either a scout or an informant. That is someone who was watching you all to see what would happen, found what they wanted, and skadoodled.
Lovely.
Isn't it? Isn't it just?
That was great. I'm gonna form the group. But, yeah, someone was watching and very not entirely sure it's a good kind of watching, you know.
As the spell ends, I imagine Milton is saying this towards the end of the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Merpow finished shedding its skin, and Allie catches him in the air. And then just like all the necromancy goes away, and she's just like, right. Necromancy in the street. Not good idea. So, I suppose we should let my cousin know I'm here.
Milton, did you notice any form of insignia or anything identifying who they might have been affiliated with?
With the 17, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
They didn't have any open insignia, but from what you could tell, let me pull the character back here. Just a minute. Boom. There we go.
I would say I think Milton got a crit and Entropy got the 17.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, the crit was to spot the person. The insight is to know what was what. So.
Oh, I didn't see the insight. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. What they were wearing was something akin to magical robes. You would say maybe even sorcerer robes. So either someone affiliated with a magical group, such as like the Wizarding Council, or maybe even the City Guard. They were nice clothes, especially you being, you know, a seamstress and a tailor. You understand, you know, the fineness of thread. This was someone who had clothes that were tailored to them. So someone who had money.
Okay, pass that on to the group.
All right. So you were watched by someone who has either connections or works for people that have money and power.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Well, I apologize. Yeah, but it's not that far. I'm sure we can get there before they do.
Better hurry then. Right.
Quite. That's my word of the day.
All right. So, give me a second here. Get you moved over to the city map. Hold on.
Oops, wrong way.
So, you're heading straight for the embassy?
I think so, yeah. Unless anyone else wants to
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
detour.
So, just give me a minute here. I just need to get proper music. And we're... There we go. So, as you pass through the rest of the city of Tren, you pass, of course, into the richer side over the bridge. On one end is the Haus Populi, a Romanesque style building with numerous other smaller adjointments to it. People that look like they are part of the upper crust, as well as political people walking back and forth having conversations. The structures that really dominate your eye line, at least at that beginning part, is the Torre di Magica. The tower is like cut from a single piece of stone. No edges, no signs of it. Like a single polished piece of marble from the ground straight up into the sky like a horn. The landscape in front of why is this not playing? Anyway, I'll go with this one. The landscape in front of it is lined with ancient statues. Standing stones in a couple of places dot the ground. But again, statues primarily of ancient heroes and wizards. Looking up at the spire, you see also people flying to and from the higher, parts of the plinth. Around the base, it is filled with comings and goings. No one leaves the paths, though. Like, in between the paths where you have the statues and the open ground, no one's there. Only on the paths. The ground itself also looks drastically different from everywhere else that you've been looking. Everything else looks like a city. There's roads, there's hardened dirt and clay and all that. Here, it looks like it is red-stained sand in between the statues. No one touches it, no one goes near it. They stay exactly where they're supposed to be. Upon Dignitary Row, again, you have the, Torre di Magica right there, the Castle of the Prince behind you, and the multitude of rich houses. Right next to the St. Cloud admin headquarters, which Quinn recognizes right off the spot, is a building that seems to be a mixture of wood and dark crystal. It's not Vivianite, but that same kind of sheen of necrotic energies glowing into the wood. Excuse me. As you walk closer to it, again, Quinn and Allie, you feel the pull of both of your lives. Quinn, you spent a good portion of your youth at the old admin HQ building. Your father lived there more than anything else at home. His office was a dominating place. He ruled his company with an iron fist. And then when your mother took over, that fist, though wrapped in a velvet glove, crushed ever tighter. You did not have happy memories here as a kid. There was no take your child to work day. This is child, you will work day at that location. Now, as you get to the embassy, Allie, you will notice this is not strange for you, but for everybody else, people actively avoid getting too close to the building. Allie, you know why. The crystal is more than just simple decoration. It is a violent weapon. Arc energy can fry a person into cinders if activated. And you know perfectly well that there's only one way to approach this problem. It's through the front door.
Yes. Well, everyone just stay with me. Don't stray. And she goes straight for the door.
This moment. As your group reaches the door, it opens automatically for you. Inside, it is the essence of Sylvania. You have stepped into the realm of the Dothraki. Austere is not strong enough a word, but we in our common tongue will use it. Banners showing the various houses. Walls of sheer wood and stone. There is a desk at the front with a very prim, very tightly dressed secretary. Hair in the classic braid of those that serve in government, because your people have that kind of dress code. The individual looks up, crosses their hands, says, "Greetings and welcome into the house of Alantois. How may I be of service?"
Alikirana of House Clodvog on pilgrimage with the Ruthadius clerics greet you.
Gladva. I see. She will touch a book, and the book will automatically open and go. Deliberately takes a pen. We were not informed that a cleric would be coming to the city. Do you have papers?
As I said, I'm on pilgrimage.
On pilgrimage with an unaffiliated religion. Unaffiliated religion?
Ruthadius. Hardly
I
unaffiliated.
said what I said, madam. And your business here in the city?
As a member of House Clodvog, I am doing my diligence in checking in with the embassy of the city before I, stay for any length of time.
Are you here for business or pleasure?
A little of both, perhaps, but I did hear there is an event in a few days. And as I intend to be a part of it, I suppose business is appropriate.
Business. Business on the part of House Clodvog or personal?
On pilgrimage with Ruthadius. So, religious.
Unaffiliated religion. Just as a general reminder, remember, your people worship the goddess of the moon, habitually. All other gods, even Ruthadius, even though they're elven, is not even considered a true religion to them. So
She'd be aware. She just,
she's just, okay, making sure because all right.
Yeah.
Very well. And there are events at all times within the city. will you be making a pilgrimage to the holy site here?
In part of my travels, yes.
Proper respect to be given to the goddess of the moon as warranted. Is there anything else that needs to be recorded?
I would like to have an appointment with the ambassador, Lady Destra.
They will take the ink, or the quill, put it down. Lady Destra is an exceptionally busy individual. Her schedule has been planned, and at that moment you hear, "Abby!" The doors open wide, and out steps me show the art for this individual here, because I think it is absolutely perfect for what just... and there we are. This woman, who comes out like a force of absolute joy in nature, the complete opposite of what you've been dealing with bright colors. Her hair, though, again, the Vothraki, color streaked with primaries and shades and colors I can't describe because I can't see them, but still walks in and goes, "I thought I heard my cousin," and picks up Ali Kira in this big bear hug. And to everybody else, just to give you an idea, this individual is shorter than Ali Kira. Shorter, rounder, basically a ball of fun and joy, and literally grips her and lifts her in a big, wonderful hug. I thought I heard you. I was sitting right in the parlor. I was sitting in the parlor. Wasn't I sitting in the parlor? You were sitting in the parlor. I was sitting in the parlor. I was sitting there. I was enjoying myself. I was having some tea. Then I swore that my ears, which never lie, they never lie at any time, Allie. My ears picked up your dulcet tones, and this one, my name. I don't. Shush. Go do some filing. Go be a menace. Go get laid or something. Anyway, I heard you, and I knew I had to come out and see my favorite cousin, my absolutely favorite cousin. Darling, so wonderful to see you.
It's wonderful to see you haven't lost your energy.
Well, of course I haven't lost my energy, dear. Why do you think they sent me here? Because this place is utterly falling apart without me. If they didn't have me, my dear, they were going to give it to Uncle Rufal. Uncle Rufal, he who hasn't left his crypt in the last 15,000 years. They were going to give it to him. Oh, my word. Oh, you are looking at me. Look, I can see. Yes, you have definitely...
She does a little twirl.
Oh, yes, yeah. She'll actually stand right next to Entrigo. See, I've always liked that particular cut on her. Yes, it just definitely complements the entire hair. I've always said she takes after her father in the face, but definitely the mother in the hips, 100%. But, that's just me. Who is... And they are... Allie, introductions, please.
You'll
Yeah,
be happy
Allie.
to know. You'll be happy to know that I have made friends of the living variety.
Beats still my heart. Just absolutely beats still my heart. It's about time. I would never judge, because I love you. But still, it's about time.
If I would be happy to do the introductions, but can we not be in the main lobby?
Oh, of course. My head would fall off if it weren't attached by eldritch magic. Come. Into the parlor. I was having tea in the parlor. Into the parlor, dears. And she leads you into the parlor, which is completely opposite of what you guys have just experienced. This is a place that is just filled with warmth and color and plushies and pinks and pastels everywhere. Yes. Take seats, take seats. There's plenty. She'll sit down. Being on my feet even for 5 minutes is just not enough. The heat, darling, just it's too much. They say it's magically controlled, but I swear they just turn it up high just to vex me, down.
Well, maybe they're trying to see if you would remove some clothing.
Oh, they don't need to turn up the heat for that. So, now that you're in my parlor, Allie, the tall one, she'll take a fan.
The tall one is our newest acquaintance, Entropy.
Entropy. Ooh, I like it. It's a little mysterious, a little intriguing.
Now, let's not upset the spirit of Rildiran, shall we?
Fine. She'll take the fan later. So, yes, the tall one is Entropy, and Allie, she's like takes the fan and starts tapping Allie like around the shoulder. Allie dear.
Yes, I'm right here.
There's a St. Cloud here. Allie,
yes,
Allie.
the real one.
Oh.
We'll get to that in a moment. My other friend is Milton.
Hello. I am so sorry. I did not mean to. Tall, attract, and that one, and now you. Hello.
And is Nori here?
I'm gonna say yes.
That's what I thought you when you said the tall one. I'm like, oh Nori. Oh right.
Well, there's tall, lanky one. Then there's the ice walker, which we're about to get to. But
yeah,
Milton, an absolute pleasure to meet you. An absolute pleasure indeed. I feel like I've met you before. Milton. Who do I know as a Milton?
Maybe she was a seamstress for you once upon a time.
It's a distinct possibility. The fashions here, Allie. The fashions here, Allie. So much better than home. None of that gray, black, red, blah, blah, blah. Just too much. It's too much. Don't you agree that color is far more important to be seen in life? Yes?
She kind of looks... Oh, she's asking Milton?
He is asking Milton directly.
Oh, okay.
Of course. More color, the better.
Yes, more color, the better. Milton, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Why does that name sound so familiar? Rosalind, can you come in, please?
No.
The door opens, and out steps Rose. Dressed differently, mind you. Not in the garb of the Tulesian Republic, no. This one in the garb of Tren. Walks in, looks at you, doesn't even register on their face. He goes, "Yes, Madam Ambassador. Rosalind, do I know a Milton?" "There are many Miltons." "Yes, I know, but do I know this Milton? This Milton seems familiar to me." "I don't believe so. But always a face worth remembering." I know. I like her face. I like your face. Is it okay that I like your face?
It's fine. That's okay.
And finally, Rosalind, come here. Come. There's one tall one, which is a dish. And then there's another one that looks like an entire feast. Is there room for me to say that? It might be a little uncouth. Oh, I am so uncouth sometimes. I'm so uncouth. But, Allie, your much prodigiously larger friend, who seems to be quite silent but also quite sweet.
That is Nori. She's an ice walker.
An ice walker? Explains the horns. But at the same time, an ice walker. You make such strange. You leave home out of the blue. Don't say anything to me. Don't say not even a letter, not even a word, not even a missive. And you show up here with ice walkers, interesting individuals, a wonderful seamstress, and Allie. She again starts hitting with the fan. You've yet to explain this one.
Yes.
Well,
Before I do, you'll understand that I would like, private conversation. And she's like looking at Rosalind.
I guess this is official family business then?
Yes.
Rosalind, official family business and such. Of course. At your leave, my lady. Looking directly at Milton, turns, and then leaves. She has been an absolute wonder. Anybody who comes here just seems to open up to her naturally. It's a remarkable thing. And as soon as the door closes, of course, she's probably an assassin of some kind.
Mhm.
And definitely well made. Now, young man.
While they
Sorry, go
were
ahead.
having all this like conversation and like kind of like skipped over Quinn like goes behind Nori and changes his outfit so it's still like a suit but like trend or with Rocky kind of style but with trend colors, kind of like a combination of the two.
Yeah.
And he steps back out.
Oh my. Oh my indeed. Oh my indeed. That's a much better cut. A much better cut for you, sir. Yes. Quinn St. Cloud, is it?
Yes, that's me.
It must be you, because the last time I met you, you didn't say more than 3 words to me. I was almost put off. Almost completely and utterly put off. Allie, am I ever put off?
Certainly not.
This person. So, explain, please. How...
I can say for certain that this is the first time you're meeting Quinn St. Cloud.
First time. Allie, what have you been getting into?
I've been on pilgrimage.
Allie, this is me. I'm not your mother. I'm not your father, nor your assortment of other siblings. I am D. You do not keep secrets from D. So tell D what D would like to know.
Well,
What is this?
well, after that whole fiasco, the city almost blew up and all that. I was picked up by some clerics of Rethodius and sent out on pilgrimage. That's why I had to leave so quickly. I am very sorry. But I ended up in the Norlands. We took care of some business up there. It was a lovely trip, very cold. And then we traveled back down here and, handled some problems along the way. Have you heard of the Guardians of Galen?
I'm sorry, say that last bit you kind of cut out there.
The Guardians of Galen?
The Guardians of Galen. And I've just recently come to this post, no more than maybe a couple of months ago. So many missives, so much information being brought. Wait a moment. I'm going to roll for the gods here. Guardians of Galen. Allie.
Been
You've
on
been getting into
pilgrimage.
mischief, haven't you?
Well, the Guardians of Galen certainly did their fair share. And have you heard of the wedding of dear
Oh, don't
Carmine?
start with the whole wedding nonsense up north. I said directly. Well, to you it's grandmama. To me it's auntie, grand auntie. I said it was a horrible idea. Marrying her daughter to some human, not just some human, a human child. I mean, we've done some things, my dear. We have done some questionable things, but even that is below our station. But you know how dear auntie gets when she has an idea, especially when her daughter gets an idea.
Well, you'll be happy to know that there are no human children being married into the bloodline.
Wonderful. I said it was a bad idea from the start. As much as trying to get you married to the well, at the time he was the second prince, but now he is the prince. Mind you, at the same time, that would have made your mother very happy.
Yes. About the prince. So, our group sort of has gone into a habit of joining in on events in the towns that we go to.
Mm-hmm.
I would very much like to know how we can get official invitations with +1s to the gathering in a few days.
You mean the St. Cloud? Yeah. Why do you need? Because you have a St. Oh.
Well, we need his name not on the invitation. He could come in as a +1 quietly.
Oh, I see. I see. Is this a little intrigue? Are you all corrupting my dear cousin?
I am on religious pilgrimage, dear cousin.
You don't lie to Dee. You can lie to mother, you can lie to father, you can lie to your God. You do not lie to Dee. Dee knows. And she'll look directly at, the rest of you and go, "You're getting my cousin into trouble."
Murpow's gonna stick his head out from
Grumpy, my little spot, the boop. I love little birds. But still, the rest of you are getting my cousin into trouble, which I think is about time. She was always stuck behind that iron gate of her home. Tell you stories will turn you pale. Especially you, the tall, lanky one with legs.
You like legs, huh?
What can I say? They're fun. Sorry, I'm being.
I got a fluffy little tail too. Ladies usually like it.
Ooh. Allie.
Yes.
I think I could definitely get you in, dear, but there may be a slight problem. You know who is also going to be there.
Which one? I have a list.
Your former betrothed.
Well, yes.
Is that going to be a problem? Yeah.
What's the theme of the party?
Last year it was Fish of the Sea, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I wasn't the ambassador, but still, the scales everywhere. This year, it is the Garden of Tomorrow, or some other donkulous and ridiculous level of absurdity. Lots of greens, lots of colors of the vine, and what have you. I believe it's also partial masquerade as well, but I'd have to ask Rosalind to come back in. Can I have Rosalind come back in?
Before you do, because as you know, I love meeting your coworkers. Have you heard anything about the scholar in this whole event? Any news on Mr. St. Cloud of St. Cloud Industries?
Hmm. I see what you're getting at. So, here's what I know. And believe me, the Vothraki have made it imperatively, absolutely imperative we know as much as physically possible. So, the old, and I do mean old, Sorcerer Supreme died in a magical accident. No one's been able to be convinced otherwise it was an assassination attempt, but I cannot claim such things, dear. Can't. Created an opening that the St. Cloud, and she looks directly at Quinn, your parafamilias, I believe the term is, moved in and has been elevated to the position of Sorcerer Supreme, head of the Wizarding Council, yada yada da 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 da. And as such, as is tradition in the Scholar Arcanum, has appointed a successor. Apparently, your sister, who is now in charge of the Scholar directly. Has also made sure that the rest of the Scholar's Council are made up of his yes men. Those that are loyal to your family, or if not your family, your money, dear. So, the celebration at the island of St. Cloud, the plush estate. You have nice tapestries. Is in celebration of that, as well as an engagement party to your sister's nuptials. It's an all-round affair. Your father has been blowing mountains of money. Allie, almost as much as Grandmama on her 298th septennial. Oh, God, I remember.
Oh,
So much gold, so much red. Anyway. So, money is being done at this gala to make it massive, important. It's going to be a grand affair, dear. Almost everybody of importance is going to be there.
well, on one hand, a partial masquerade could make things more pleasant, so I don't necessarily have to talk to my ex-betrothed, but has he been doing anything untowards? That is he still as forward as he used to be?
I believe the term you are going for was, I believe, wanton oath. Yes? Let's just say age has not matured that fruit for a while, dear.
Lovely.
I again said he was far beneath your dignity. But again, your mother being your mother. He actually ended up getting married to our other dear cousin, Delilah. Glorious little Delilah. She who walks on silver plains, Delilah. Delilah who has absolutely no class style whatsoever, but enjoys the trappings of power.
Well, match made in heaven.
Allie, you're awful. I love it.
Well, I don't think that should pose a problem. If we can get 4 tickets with a +1 attached, we have a +1 that we need to bring in, but we can use another +1 to get our lovely Sir Saint Cloud in. And then that leaves us 2 +1s to use as needed, if needed.
Well, it might be doable. The tickets are very hard to come by, even with my status, dear. I can see what I can do.
If 3 is possible, we can make that work.
1, 2, 3. She looks directly at Entropy. And I think I could use a +1.
I was going to offer my services anyway.
Likewise.
I'll even let you dress me.
Allie?
As long as you also undress me afterwards.
Cousin?
I know, decorum. Don't worry. I won't embarrass the family name.
The sexual tension between you two is thick.
Did I mention I'm a pianist?
Uncle Real Darren wanted better for you. Let's just remember.
Princess, I am insulted. I am a regal upbringing. I don't fucking know.
Cousin. I have been at this a long time, dude. Don't you worry. I know what offerings my father has for me. Notice I am here, not in Sarania.
I mean, and I'm not looking to get married or anything, so
Married?
no. Yeah, like Allie, I have nothing but the most pure and sincere intentions with your lovely cousin.
See, now I'm beginning to lose interest.
He's gonna wink at her.
And anyway, I can definitely get you the tickets. It may do a little finagling on my end. I will do what I can. But in the meantime, it will be 3 days from now. Cousin, I have stories to tell you about home. Things have been afoot. And hence why I'm here.
Yes. Well, I think that's everything we need to focus on for now. So we'll just come back at least for the tickets in 3 days, right before the party.
If you don't wish to spend time with your dear D, no one wants D anymore. Everybody just says, "Oh, look, there's D. Hello, D. Goodbye, D. Leave me, D."
That's not what I'm saying at all, dear cousin. You know.
I know, I'm just being off. You know how I am. But yes, come back in 3 days' time for the tickets. I hope that you will enjoy the city and come back and give me any Speaking of dish, my dear, has there been any wild dish on your end? Any roguish individual, any scallywag or adventurer or adventuress or anything? Tell D's ears are burned.
I don't know about Scallywag.
Oh, so there is someone. Oh, yes.
Well, we can't keep Rosalind waiting for too long, can we? Before she tells you, because I'm sure she will if she found out herself, Murpow got hurt. I did a little necromancy, brought him back in the middle of town. Didn't really think about it, so, just let you know. I think that's it for tea. Is everybody good?
And you're worried about your cousin's reputation.
Did anyone see you?
Yeah, princess. Did anyone see you?
Well, I didn't get a look at them.
Ali Kirara. Ali Kirara, the house-clad Vogue. Favorite cousin of mine. Had you not learned your lesson about necromancy in public?
Clearly not.
Clearly not. Mr. St. Cloud, do you remember the rules of the use of unlicensed magic in the city of Tren.
Yes.
Would you like me to illuminate for my dear cousin? Or would you like to illuminate?
It's not good.
It's not good. Alikira, necromancy here is not only illegal, it is a punishable offense. At home, we use it as a means of defense, the humans of being what they are, and of course the vampire laws are said about them, the better. Here, if it was the City Watch, they would have their magical brigades looking for you. If it's one of the underworld, like the Syndicate, perchance, they would have their ghouls come after you. Ali,
We were attacked by ghouls before.
You, tall one, fan me. Fan me.
Yes, ma'am. Just
Thank you. Entropy. You do have a pianist's hands.
This feels unrelated.
Allie, my dear.
Quinn, stop cock blocking me.
Sorry.
Maybe if it was the one time, maybe, and it was short. I mean, how long did this last?
Go back. He died.
How long was the spell?
It was what the hell? How long? It's just the whole ritual.
70 minutes.
How long is that?
Whack! Just like hits her right on the head. This is like
You would have never seen the
this is just like the orchid ritual all over again. It's the same thing. Your mother's not here to protect you this time, dear. I have limited powers here. If something were to happen to you, something happens to you, and then I have to contact your mother. I did not want to talk to your mother.
So here's the plan. I just, you have a change of clothes I can borrow for a couple of days, and so and I just don't use necromancy for a while. I have the nice magic, and she like sparks off her sacred flame to be like, oh, it's radiant damage, totally not necromancy. I can, for old time's sake.
For old time's sake, I will do what I can. I have some pull. Maybe I can convince a couple of dignitaries. I don't know, use my charms or something.
Of which you have many.
Don't butter me up. Oh, I can butter me up a little bit. Just.
If it makes things any easier, feel free to blame me. You can say that I was the one who put her up to it, something like that.
Blame a Saint Cloud. Allie, this one's fun. Allie.
That's what actually worked. No, there's the double of the St. Cloud, and people know about like the ooze being a problem. He was just stopping a ooze manifestation of some sort. He saved the St. Cloud saves a child of House Clodfog.
Oh, I have something slightly better, dear. Slightly better. I can feed some information to the press of a certain St. Cloud doing some naughty thing. Allie, this one, Mr. St. Cloud, may I call you Quinn?
I would prefer it.
Ah, Quinn. I love preferences. They're very important early in a relationship. Quinn, I will make sure that your name is sullied to protect my dear cousin. With dignity, of course, with some charm and some class and a little dash of rogueness, make you look like a debonair individual. Wonderful. Allie dear, you're lucky. So lucky, dear. Entropy, fan me again.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. And she just like lays back, just kind of exposing pretty much for herself. Like, oh, thank you.
He's gonna like just kind of like do one of these at Allie.
Did we leave?
I mean, you guys could, if you want to give me 5, maybe 15 minutes.
I am offended that you think that's all my cousin is worth.
What do you mean worth? This is like a sample.
Spending time with my cousin is a treasure. Only 15 minutes. That's hardly her time. Keep in mind, she has no clue anything about sex other than.
I forgot the whole party is virgins, and that's.
Come in samples?
If you're going to learn anything about my dear cousin, you need a lot more than 15 minutes.
Oh, Allie, all I need to learn everything about your cousin is 5.
Oh,
You think she's that shallow?
Oh, I don't think she's shallow at all, but I'm fully intend to figure out just how yeah. Assuming her, the lady ambassador is interested.
let's just say, your friend will be returned in one piece.
Oh, that's no fun.
I'll put you back together.
That's my girl.
Okay, now something back together? That can't be right.
No. Trust me, Quinn. We'll have a chat, man to man after this.
Didn't you just say that necromancy is outlawed in this city? I'm rather confused.
Well, don't you know, when you're here within these walls, you're not in the city, you're in Slavania. And sometimes we can bring back the dead.
Well, yes, I do it all the time, but that has nothing to do with this conversation, I would hope.
I hope whatever rogue that has stolen your educates you a little bit more, my dear cousin. But until then, Rosalind, come in, dear. Door opens. Rosalind comes in. Rosalind. We need my cousin to be differently dressed, trend fashions, of course, with the Cladvog color scheme, at least to a point. Much like this charming young man here, and possible additional accoutrement, de la banche et mene utem.
Allie is strategically putting herself and Merpow is up on her shoulder to, like, partially obscure Quinn.
So, if you'd be so kind as to do that, Rosalind just looks. It would be my pleasure. Lady Ambassador. You're a dream, Rosalind, an absolute dream. In the meantime, escort my dear guests to the chambers for dressing and changing, and mild refreshments, as I have a deep conversation about music and art with this fine individual right here.
And he is all but sticking his tongue out at Allie, just like, I'm gonna fuck your cousin.
One moment. So as Allie gets sort of escorted out of the room, just because it's her cousin, she's going to turn back and go, the rogue is a sanguine, and walks out. And
As the doors close and Entropy's there, the room goes dark.
so what she called back, she said half in common, half in Dothraki, and was basically like, oh yeah, that rogue's a vampire, and left. Shut the door, walked out.
Yep, door closed. Too late. Entropy will be off. And actually, as a
Deep
matter of fact,
conversation and learning about the heart of this beautiful woman.
A very deep conversation.
Do you know the silent spell? Because we might need that.
Anyway, so the four of you, because Nori's there as well, are led to an additional antechamber for refreshments and a different cut of clothing. Rosalind will act very prim, very proper, as if nothing is wrong the entire time.
Milton's still on edge.
Quinn, question for you.
Yeah.
As you're in this room, seeing Milton act this way, what do you do?
I stay very close to Milton.
And of course, you know, Allie's being like measured and like very roughly, like arms just being yanked straight out and this, that, and the other.
Allie's used to this.
Yeah. About 25 minutes pass. Entropy joins you all. I'm gonna roll for the gods super quick. Entropy enters without any bodily harm.
Just like casually adjusting his waistcoat.
Well, I don't. And Allie's like looking in the mirror back behind her because she's, measured. And she's just like, I don't feel anything different from you, Entropy. Didn't die.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I met a few gods. Though she probably did too.
My cousin's not really the religious sort.
This just goes right over your head, doesn't it? Just...
Stop moving, please, madam. I need to be
yes.
exact with these measurements.
Yeah, princess, stop moving. Just...
Rosalind will look directly at Milton and go, "You seem to be deft with your hands. Would you be so kind as to help me measure?"
All right.
As you come over, I want you to roll me perception with advantage.
I'm gonna need pictures of her new outfit.
Wonderful. So, rogues have the ability of thieves can't. The Garden has their own version of thieves can't, depending on, the individual agent, but there's some universals. Rosalind starts communicating through measurements to you. Instead of it being like 28 long, 3 inches on the inseam, it's using the numbers to use in language. And what you hear in the thieves' cant, you haven't dealt with the target yet.
Working on it.
Also, do you know what happened in Kral Harad? We have not heard from Orchid in a while.
You haven't heard?
No, I have been stuck here watching the insane Buthraki.
She's dead.
Anyone who wants may roll perception right now.
Am I even physically able to see them, or am I about to get stabbed?
I'm here so you won't get stabbed.
Well, you know, needle pins and stuff.
Nice on the Malachi, even though it was -1, still a natural 20. So,
Just in case.
everybody notices slightly that all the measurements have been sharp. There is like, apologies. My hand slipped. Then continues in the thieves' cant. Had not heard that. That is upsetting. Is that a reason why you haven't done your mission yet?
It's a big part, to be honest.
We could kill all of them right now. I could take out the pretty one. You take out the target. And I'm more than certain I could probably kill the tall ones. Maybe.
So Quinn's the pretty one. Got it.
There's so many pretty ones.
You're
There
all
are
just
so many
beautiful
pretty ones
people.
here. Which pretty ones?
I'll kill the pretty one, then you kill the pretty one. And
And then I'll kill the pretty one, and then you'll kill the pretty.
But who kills the pretty one?
But who kills the prettiest one?
Clearly, entropy is in the most danger.
Big orange deer guy.
Yeah. It's the tail.
It's his little,
No one can resist.
his little floofy tail. It's like when you see white tails like grazing in there. It's just like whipping back and forth.
I whip my tail back. Okay.
I whip my tail back and forth. That honestly, that's gonna be his new name, but he's gonna make it Jazz. I'll have it prepared for next game. Promise.
So she threatens to kill us all.
Of course, it's how we roll. But I have something bigger planned, more fun, I think.
Very well. Does the mistress know that you're here?
I thought she did, but apparently if you don't know, I don't think she'll know. She probably would have told you I was coming. I could have sworn I sent a message. I know I sent a message.
Out of game, you did. But then you gotta wonder.
Did you
what's
get it?
going on?
Yeah.
The Vedka are also here. Madam, please hold your neck up and your chin out properly. Thank you. Yes.
They want this one alive.
Thank you very
As-
much, madam.
as Rosalind measures
she's
the
like
throat.
taking the measuring tape from around your neck, is like, oh, I think I could work with this. Thank you. You've been most helpful. I will have your clothes ready probably within a day. I don't believe I need to tailor the fawn or the Saint Cloud? Looks like he took care of himself. But enjoy the rest of your stay here. If you'll excuse me, I need to attend. And then you hear from the back, Rosalind, bring me my waters. I need to be refreshed.
Yeah, she does.
Of course. She'll turn on her heel and leave, leaving you all to yourselves.
Well, as lovely as this event has been, we should probably head back to the Green Dragon and not bring any more attention to ourselves. As in, I need to stop doing magic in the middle of the streets.
Nah, you should do it some more.
No.
It'd be funny.
It seems to be leading to many buildings blowing up at some point, and I'm not ready for that to happen just yet.
Oh no, we can make that happen. Quinn. Well, actually, it wasn't Quinn and I. It was when your patron was in charge. But you know, you want us to blow up a building for you? We can blow up a building for you.
Oh no, that seems to just happen in time. The longer we're in a place. So, for tonight, let's go back to the inn or the tavern and just enjoy a lovely, lovely tea or something that isn't. She kind of looks around. Doesn't remind me of home quite as much.
Okay. Is anybody going to do anything else before you leave?
I quick question. Milton.
Yes.
Sorry, out of game. The whole killing Quinn thing, that's all been like discussed. Like it's out in the open. And
Yeah, you guys have had that
Yeah.
conversation several times. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I told you.
Right. Just a reminder: is it strictly your assignment, or is it just kind of like a free for all amongst your organization?
It's from what I understand. Wait, hold on. Is it strictly my assignment?
It's strictly your assignment, but you know, if agent is incapable, someone else will take it up.
Yeah. It's my assignment for now.
Okay.
So I need to find the other Quinn soon,
Right.
pretty much. Yeah.
Are they the type to like accept, like,
Probably not.
oh, you found another Quinn, that works, or is this gonna have to be like a whole switcheroo situation?
Maybe the whole switcheroo situation.
Yeah, sure.
If it's anything like the partners that my family has, it may have to do with the end result more than the actual mission itself. So
That's what
whatever
I'm
the
hoping.
reason, if killing Quinn is for a political reason and to, lower the power of the St. Cloud sort of thing, the Quinn that needs to be killed in that sense is the imposter who's gaining all this power and getting all the gains and stuff. So, but that's assuming that they're as they have as much foresight as my family's partners.
No. Usually, I would say she has good foresight, but lately it's questionable.
If she's strictly mission oriented, then we might be in a bit of a pickle.
A little bit. What? Let's deal with the other Quinn, and then we'll see. We'll go from there.
Since we're here, do we want to do a quick stakeout of the headquarters, or do we want to just
Deli on home,
so to speak.
quicker we're out of here, the better. I'm happy to be out of here.
Okay. So, that of course being the case, it is 1:35 in the evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will have to call it there for the night. That's because I'm literally falling asleep in my own mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, I now hand this off to our usual individual that does the social media plugs.
This guy.
So, Malachi, take it away.
Hey, hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you like the stream, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We stream most Saturdays at 9:30 p.m., give or take about 10-15 minutes for setup and stuff like that. Yeah, and if you want to join our Discord, we have the link below where we put out announcements. We have fan art, memes, all kinds of fun stuff. You can see our schedule for streaming, when we'll be able to make it, can't make it, stuff like that. We also have our TikTok account and our YouTube channel where we put out our VODs after a few weeks or so. And you can go and catch up on our past adventures. Soon, I believe Piku will be putting out some edit videos. If the VODs are a bit too long, we can get some condensed stuff. So that'll be fun. So yeah, thanks, and have a good night.
Thank you very much, Malachi, as always. And everybody, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Get some rest. And may all your adventures be daring.
Bye.